morning and welcome to the very first Sunday Live Dharma in 2021. This morning together we'll practice sitting, chanting, listening, meditation. And please first join me in Qigong exercise. Spread your feet shoulder width, hands on your hips. Gently, slowly circle your hips. Go to the opposite direction. Again, reverse. And reverse. Very good. Palms down on your knees. Circle your knees. Reverse. Come up. Bend your toes. Loosen your ankle. The other side. Now palms up, fingers in, back side, turn your palms back to front. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Palms down. Palms out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down. Collapse your fingers. Loosen your wrists again. Push your palms out. And move your hands up, down, and side to side. And big waving. Now, palms out again, palms up, stretch upward. And drop your hands down. Now your chin down, dangle your head, loosen your neck. Back to center and chin up. Back to center, right ear to your right shoulder, to your left. Come back, turn your head to your right side. Come back to your left. Back and make a big circle with your neck. Relax your jaw when you're circling your head. Very good. Now cross your arms, bring them up. Open your palms out. Arms go down. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Once again, breathe in, breathe out. Reverse, up, down. One more time, up, Left foot out. Push your palms out. Good. Palms facing down. Bring your arms back in and push your palms out again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Switch your foot. Right foot out. Palms out. Palms out. Breathe out. Two more times. Arms to your side, palms up, palms down. Arms up, down. Breathe in, breathe out. Your right palm up, bring it to your left. Good, palm down, bring it back. Left palm up to your right. Down. Again. Breathe in, up. Breathe out. One more round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now your palms facing to each other and circle your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now switch your palms location. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Make a big arm circling. 1, 2, and reverse. 1, 2. Very good. Palms up, palms down, palms up and down. Up, split your right hand up, left hand down. Gather them, reverse, gather. Breathe in, up, up, up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands down. Now, make a gentle fist. Open up your chest. Open your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Chest breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms go down, circling your arms. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Hands gathered here at your lower abdomen. As you breathe in, arms out, breathe out. Feel your belly. Breathe in, belly becomes big. Expand and breathe out. Again, breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Hold your hands at your lower abdomen and just breathe. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Please join us in bowing practice. I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite beneficence of nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring the beneficence from parents, ancestors, and all those who have had a nurturing role in my life. I see my place in the interconnectedness of the world and offer this bow to the grace of fellow beings. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guides us, protects us, and promotes justice.
Good morning, my friends. Today, let us open our day with a vibrational chant. 영천 영지 영보장세 prayer for New Year. 오 다르마 가야 부다 fourfold grace, 거룩하신 법신불 사원이시여. How grateful to greet a new year. On January 3rd, 2021, with calm, fresh minds, we offer a prayer of gratitude and hope. We set clear intentions. According to the truth of cause and effect, we choose how we live today, which leads us to tomorrow and into the rest of the year. Through this truth, we understand that we do not have to repeat old patterns that have not served us well. In the world, many souls are troubled with suffering and isolation. Without skillful loving compassion, may our temple community embrace and nourish all beings. May we support one another. May we awaken to our greatest potential, expand our consciousness, and embody our pristine nature. Throughout the coming year, may we take good care of our bodies and minds to cultivate equanimity, wisdom, and mindful action. O Dharma Kaya Buddha fourfold grace, please protect our aspirations and action plans for daily practice. May we maintain this New Year's spirit so that we manifest our intentions and joy. This we pray with our whole hearts. Sutra. Bodhisattvas of great compassion when deeply practicing Prasaparamita, realize that all five aggregates are empty and thus became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. So Shariputra, all dhammas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body. what was and later gone. O Buddhas of the past, present, and future, rely on Prajnaparamita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim. Prajnaparamita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awake. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha.
Hola, I'm Salma. My Dharma name is Wonsaram. I have been part of the Chapel Hill Sangha for almost 3 years, and I have been practicing sitting, walking, and lay down meditation on a daily basis. As I set my New Year intentions and resolutions for 2021 to continue my daily practice of meditation and to improve my posture, I set a goal to also incorporate bowing meditation at least 2 days a week. Bowing meditation not only will add another mindful form of meditation to my daily practice, it will also keep my body flexible and healthy. If you haven't set your intentions and resolutions for the new year, I invite you to do it. After all, it may help you to have a better outlook. I wish you a happy and healthy 2021. Les deseo a todos un feliz y saludable 2021.
Hi, I'm Lars. My Dharma name is Wan Shan. My intentions for this new year are to keep educating myself by practicing Spanish for 15 to 20 minutes every day, and to read 12 books, one for each month. I would also like to deepen my understanding of Tai Chi and Kung Fu by practicing daily. But my main goal is to wake up and to welcome each new day with a big smile and to be grateful to be alive. I wish all of you a happy 2021, good health, and much love. Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Good morning. My name is Patty Daniel. My Dharma name is Wan Unehua. And my topic today is the precepts, which I'm calling the essential codes of conduct in Buddhism. At the beginning of last year, when we decided to do a series of Dharma talks that covered the basic doctrines of Wan Buddhism, I agreed to give the talk on the precepts. When I started working on it, however, I began to wonder why I ever agreed to do it, because when I looked at our Won Buddhist precepts, a list we will get to in a minute, they seemed illogical, arbitrary, even whimsical. For example, do not embezzle public funds is among the first on the list. I've never even had my hands on public funds. Or, do not smoke without due cause. Aren't there much more important moral teachings than that? I kind of respond to the Ten Commandments in the Christian Bible in a similar way. I mean, what are they about? The first 5 seem to me to reflect a power grab or a bit of an ego problem. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make any graven images of me. Thou shalt not take my name in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. So I contemplated what my list would look like if I were a god or a Buddha, and here's what I came up with. Be nice, do not be mean. Be honest, do not lie. Do not harm other living beings. Do not self-harm. Be generous to everyone and do not steal. I'll leave it to you to decide how my list stacks up against others, but lest you think I'm the one with the ego problem, let's talk about some of those others. As you know, traditional Buddhism has spanned many centuries and cultures, and there's wide variation in the number and types of precepts that are given to followers, both lay and clergy. However, there seems to be 5 basic precepts that lie at the foundation of all Buddhist ethics and form the core of Buddhist morality. These precepts are essentially behavioral. They are, 1, no killing of living beings, 2, no stealing, 3, no sexual misconduct, 4, no lying, and 5, no intoxicants. The first 4 were based on prohibitions for Hindu priests and were common to many South Asian religions as far back as the 6th century BCE. But the 5th precept, the prohibition on intoxication, was probably a new addition brought in by Buddhism. The Buddha's emphasis on awareness or mindfulness, from which the prohibition on intoxication springs, was probably somewhat unique in the Buddha's time. So let's talk about how we view and use precepts in Won Buddhism. Not long ago, Reverend Ginger gave us a talk in which she described the precepts as, quote, the life force of a spiritual practice. The life force of a spiritual practice. She also said freedom of mind inevitably entails restrictions, and that without precepts we remain deluded, sentient beings. For me, taking the precepts and receiving a Dharma name was the starting point for trying to live a life of conscious morality. And this has become the foundation for my practice. In Won Buddhism, both lay members and clergy get the same precepts. There are 30 in all, but the first 10 are given to members initially. The first 10 are, I'll read them out. Do not kill without due cause. Do not steal. Do not commit sexual misconduct. Do not consume intoxicants without due cause. Do not gamble or play idle games. Do not use harsh speech. Do not fight without due cause. Do not embezzle public funds. Do not borrow or lend money between close friends without due cause. And do not smoke tobacco without due cause. Master Sote-san, our founding teacher, clearly did not want to discourage his followers and overwhelm them initially with too many precepts. So there are 2 more groups of 10 each for intermediate and then advanced practitioners. The Won Buddhist precepts become more subtle and less obviously behavioral by the time we get to the end of the list. The last 3 of the 30 are: refrain from being greedy, refrain from being angry or harboring hatred, and refrain from being deluded. These 3 are about controlling the mind and are the most difficult of all the precepts. Master Sote-san taught that once one reaches sagehood, one no longer needs to bind oneself to the Dharma or restrain oneself with precepts. Internally, however, the mind precepts are still present. In Won Buddhism, the precepts are tied to mindful choice and action, the 3rd part of our threefold practice. Hence, the precepts become our guideposts to choosing wisely. Over and over in the Won Buddhist scriptures, I see an emphasis on using the precepts as guideposts to happiness rather than rigid rules to obey. In my opinion, the Won Buddhist precepts leave plenty of wiggle room that allows us to adapt the precepts to changing times and changing social mores without losing the essence of the teaching. So let's go back to those first 10 for beginners. You may have noticed that 5 of them contain the clause, without due cause. For example, do not smoke tobacco without due cause. Well, frankly, as a retired nurse and a non-smoker, I cannot imagine a due cause for smoking tobacco. But perhaps Master Sote-san wanted to avoid any initially overwhelming roadblocks for a follower who was addicted to nicotine. And do not kill without due cause. What could be a due cause for killing? Spraying your house for termites? Causing animals to be killed for your dinner table? Serving in the military during wartime? It is up to us to contemplate, study, and seek wise counsel to make the moral choice. In the 1970s and 80s, I marched at least 3 times in the streets of Washington, D.C., along with hundreds of thousands of other women, mostly women, a few men, to fight for a woman's right to choose abortion, an issue about which I have clearly articulated thoughts and powerful emotions. But how am I to reconcile abortion with the precept of not killing living beings? To me, this is a perfect example of how due cause can enter the discussion and enable us to make the best and most moral choices for ourselves. One of the more troublesome precepts for me personally is foregoing intoxicants. The due cause wiggle room is built into that one too. But really, what would constitute due cause? Though I'm well aware of the scourge that illegal drugs and alcohol bring to our society, and I'm also well aware of how intoxicants destroy mindfulness. Nevertheless, I can't help but respond as if someone were shaking a finger in my face and telling me I can't have any fun at parties. I think this is a fundamental problem, the tendency to view the precepts as restrictions rather than as paths to liberation. One of the precepts without a due cause caveat is the prohibition on sexual misconduct. Though sexual misconduct covers a myriad of behaviors, in my opinion, it has been profoundly misinterpreted in many religious contexts. For example, in some Christian contexts, it often refers only to adultery, while totally ignoring the more important issue of ensuring mutual consent in every sexual encounter. We need to study, contemplate, and seek wise counsel in order to understand what actually constitutes sexual misconduct, thereby making wise choices in challenging situations. The second set of 10 precepts of Won Buddhism, I won't read them all out, but just have a look at the slide. This set includes some interesting and very practical guidance regarding human affairs. I'll just pick a few to talk about. One of my favorites is, do not speak about the faults of others. Faults, F-A-U-L-T-S. What simple and clear advice. I wish it had been up on the wall of my office before I retired. The office gossip was frequent and detailed and mean-spirited, and I didn't quite know how to deal with it at the time. But I clearly saw that it was harmful to all of us. Had we simply followed that guideline, do not speak about the faults of others, we would have all been so much happier at work. Another favorite is, do not be ostentatious in wearing clothes. I'm not quite sure what Master Sote-san meant by ostentatious, but I'm pretty sure he was addressing a problem we all likely share. I know I do. That of an egoistic self-image that wants to show off or project a certain image to others. Oh, and how about, do not talk while someone else is talking. In America, we often interrupt. We're so used to it that sometimes we barely notice when we're doing it. Our Kyomunims have demonstrated to me that it is possible to communicate without interrupting, and they never say, don't interrupt. They just don't do it. So when you get a moment, take a look at our list of 30 precepts and see which ones seem to jump out at you. You may want to think about including one or two in your New Year's resolutions. You may want to take that one step further and consider holding yourself accountable for how well you follow them in the coming months. Which brings me to one of my favorite topics, keeping a Dharma journal. Master Sote-san taught his disciples to do regular Dharma journaling. This was and is an important teaching in which we are instructed to keep two types of journals. A reflective journal in which we write about our thoughts and realizations, and a daily journal, a checklist type of journal for noting on a daily basis how our practice is going. This checklist journal is really pretty quick and easy. Resolve this month to keep one or two of the precepts. Record your successes and failures in your daily journal and see how well you have done at the end of the month or the end of the year. If nothing else, you will not forget what your aspirations are. I'm thinking of adding do not play idle games to my checklist. Since the pandemic began, I have spent far too much time running down internet rabbit holes and then wondering where my time and my eyesight have gone. A Won Buddhist priest, Reverend Do-sung Yu, wrote in his book, Thunderous Silence, A Practical Guide to the Heart Sutra. He wrote, the precepts are the path to perpetual happiness. They are not commandments given by some higher being. They are the path to liberating ourselves. We'll now have a brief silent meditation to close out this morning's service. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any thoughts to share, please be sure to put them in the chat room. We hope to see you again next week and throughout 2021. And may you have a perpetually happy New Year.
With a new community, and a better world.
그래서 이런 기회에 참여하신 분들이
You will be evolved, not only with the physical.
'Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea, and I'll get my ping pong. This is dead heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat chain like money. This go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with the light it up like dynamite. Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd. We wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move right up the wall. Day or night, sky's the light, so we dance to the break of dawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
This is getting heavy. Can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey. Yeah, this beat chain like money.
The most amazing thing about this year was the response to the pandemic on the part of our reverends, Ginger and Wangam, along with Nick Wall, in allowing us to establish a presence on the internet almost immediately after the temple had closed. This action allowed us to have even greater attendance at the temple. It allowed us to have video sessions with many different people. it's just been a tremendous response, and I'm so grateful about the way that they've been able to do this for us.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So as we bring the fire, set the night light. Hey! Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa! Life is dynamite.